All right. We will start right now, and if somebody else will join us a little bit later, we started recording of this call, and therefore it means that it will be possible to share this record. Let me open the presentation, and we will go. Super. Finally, as it was mentioned in our materials within 2025, I'm talking about BitTON.AI marketing materials. We, in the end of our seed stage, uh, launch the second collaboration with the project that creates a utility universe for BTN tokens inclusively, and it's completely understandable, simple, probably the most clear concept for regular people, for anybody. It's a real world asset token, and this is a token of Kilowatt. Uh, Before I will continue, I want to announce a disclaimer that different from all our disclaimers before, because we need to understand that our real world asset token offer, it's in one and the same time existing commodity that's regulated by the classical legislation and mostly regulated by the European Union legislation, MiCA and all this scope of legislation, and crypto, which means that we have in this offer dual nature. So please pay attention to this. But according to requirements from the side of our legal department, I need to announce this disclaimer. You can read it in on this slide. It's the last slide of our presentation, but I will start from this. So assets and token issued or reference on BitTON.AI may represent digital assets right, usage rights, prepaid value, or participation in commercial programs related to real-world goods or services. Such assets are not financial instruments, securities, loan deposits, or investment products, and do not constitute banking, brokerage, or asset management services. BitTON.AI does not guarantee profit, income, price stability, or liquidity. Any value associated with the real-world assets depends on commercial performance, contractual terms, and external factors. Users participate at their own discretion and are solely responsible for assessing legal, financial, and operational risks applicable in their jurisdiction. What does it mean? First of all, and the main, when we talk about the Kilowatt, real world asset token, this is a token that directly connected to the existing legal entity, and real part of this token, electricity generated by solar power plant, as the asset that backed this token, regulated by the legislation of European Union, and it need to be included into common consideration. BitTON.AI and BTN as a token in this case is a bridge for the users to jump into this real world asset token. And this is not the only way how it's possible to organize a collaboration with the Kilowatt token. In common, Kilowatt as a project is a completely independent. It means that these tokens are possible to be in circulation without any connection to other firm. And let's consider this step by step. I will go back to the very beginning. So Kilowatt token is the most powerful real world components of the BitTON.AI ecosystem. Why it's the most powerful? Not only because it's built on top of this existing solar power plant capacity, but because this is a concept how to build a future connection between the solar power or any type of renewable energy power plant and BitTON.AI blockchain, and how to organize a mutual benefit connection between the energy generation and work of the cryptocurrency, and in our case, a blockchain of BitTON.AI. how to make all these two words completely independent. We decided to go through the representing of this concept, and technically we managed to start this collaboration this year because physically kilowatts are created. So first smart contract, first kilowatt token already exist. And technically within 2025, according to our roadmap in BitTON.AI, we managed to launch this collaboration. So let's consider how it's beautiful and why we need to pay attention to this instrument. First of all, legal information. Legal entity is Chervenkov Energy, ANG, and power generation capacity. Actually, you see a real picture of this capacity. It's not AI generated independently from the name of our project, BitTON.AI, but it's real picture. 330 kilowatts installed capacity, 514,800 kilowatts of annual electricity production, and it's existing quite essential size of the solar power plant. So we're talking about the real world things. Let's move on. Monthly energy backing, it's 42,900 kilowatts per month. Please remember this figure because it is important for the common understanding. Here we will check the tokenomics of this token. So 42,900 kilowatts per month. Average energy price is 0.2 euro per kilowatt hour. It means 20 euro cents. First monthly contract, we have the internal counting number of this contract, PCRWA, January 2026. Here I will stop a little bit more and want to explain that when we talk about the monthly contract, it means that this amount of kilowatts per hour energy capacity of the solar power plant equal to 1 month, so 42,900 kilowatts, it's per month. In common, all the duration of the tokens contracts in time is 120 months. It means 10 years. So for 10 years of electricity generation, it is possible to produce, according to average statistic of the solar power plant for last 5 years period, it's possible to produce 5,148,000 of kilowatts per hour. So this abbreviator KWH means kilowatt, the scope of energy, and hour, the time period. So if we will make just multiplication of 5,148,000 of kilowatts per hour on 20 cents, euro cents, we will receive a common amount of 1,029,600 of euro. And it means that this is initial capitalization of the first scope of tokens that put it on the table from the side of this emittent of or issue of real-world asset-backed tokens. In common, it's middle size of tokens, and it is critically important to implement this circulation for our users to provide them with the possibility to have a token that backed by this energy. It will be possible to convert these tokens into the economical effect. It means just to receive payments for these kilowatt tokens, or into the commodity effect, which means to use this electricity if relevant way will be, from legal point of view, applicable for our users. So let's move to the next slide. What about our smart contract? The smart contract created at Solidity, it's EVM compatible contract. So we use version of OpenZeppelin contracts version 4.9. So it means that it's possible to work with the ERC20 standards, it's ownable, and it's do have an MIT license. So we have all necessary metrics for this smart contract to be completely effective and acceptable from the technical point of view. We use standard ERC20 token, not non-upgradable. So it means that these tokens, this smart contract will be not possible to upgrade, to make any changes. It just issued 42,900 tokens, which one token equal to 1 kilowatt. And that's it. All the system of 120 months, these 5 million the kilowatts will be maintained by the fabric of smart contracts. It means that right now it's created the first smart contract for the first amount of 42,900 kilowatts. But every next month or faster, because we are not limited in time when exactly to open the next smart contract, we will create a new smart contracts, and you will have this base network smart contract address for the purposes to find this smart contract, to check if you cooperate and work with the correct smart contract. So it exists, and we may move forward. All right. The only thing I need to add that scaling is achieved by deploying new contracts for each period, and we will take care to have in one and the same time enough amount of tokens issued that pledged by these commodities from the side of solar power plant. Whenever you see in this presentation further on abbreviature SPP, it means solar power plant. Let's move on. We need to explain from the legal point of view, this is a complex of a public offer that, based on the public agreement, which SPP, it's solar power plant, that offered from the side of SPP owner and consists from web page offer, which with relevant domain kilowatt, terms of use, privacy policy, and special materials published and official information channels by the electricity generation capacity owners. What does it mean when we're talking about the public agreement? These things that mentioned here is common construction. It means that on the level of a virtual or digital asset circulation, it is enough to work under the public agreement. But whenever a user who is a holder of RV tokens will decide to make a conversion of these tokens into real-world assets, it will be necessary to pass through the KYC. It will be necessary to make 1 month prior notification. It's necessary to accept by joining to this offer. Users accepts that if in some cases, for some reasons, we don't know these reasons, this specific user could be under the sanctions or other legal restrictions that we don't know, because at this moment, all our users are completely not identified. So all these risks need to be accepted by the users and will be covered by relevant contracts and documents. But step by step, we have 3 main status or mode of the token. First, it's a primary placement. When the first placement of tokens from the owner through the different platforms goes to the first holder of these tokens. So we may call it even an initial coin offer. And everything that we will have here will be under the initial coin offer rules. Secondary market, the second status and second stage, we may call it this way because it's not regulated from the timing point of view, because secondary and primary placement may exist in one at the same time. So secondary market, token circulation on a secondary market, any sales to third parties after the first placement. It includes OTC deals, special offers at different ecosystems, DEXs, pools, centralized exchanges, pools, etc. Talking about pools and circulation of these tokens, taking into account that the common initial price capacity of this token or capitalization of this token equal to 1 million euro, approximately 1 million euro. It means that for the purposes to open first pool at which these tokens will be tradable, the first primary placement process needs to be on certain level of accumulation of these tokens. It is not possible to open a secondary market full-size pool until the moment when at least two up to 300,000 US dollars equivalent the asset-backed tokens are already sold, and we have relevant amount of holders that want to become a liquidity provider. And after that, it will be an opening of a pool of real-world assets, tokens of kilowatts at Uniswap, and we're more than sure that this token will be definitely much more interesting than any other not pledged by real-world assets tokens. All right, let's move to the next slide. Let's continue public offer and RVA token lifecycle. This public offer constitutes a binding public agreement, let's say in this way, creates a legal bridge to a solar power plant owner that includes the things that I mentioned before: official web page offer, terms of use, privacy policy, any special materials published through the official information channels of the electricity generation capacity owner. What does it mean? Right now, at this moment, BitTON.AI is a partner of the SPP, and because of that, everything that you will see in the official channel of BitTON.AI, it could be considered as the official channel from the site of SPP. But in next couple of days, I think, it will be created own channels of Kilowatt for the purposes to be an official channel for the announcement or some legally obligatory things. Therefore, please stay tuned with the BitTON.AI official channels, and you will have access to such type of the things. Then, about the declaration from the side of SPP, I need to add necessity to create a direct contract with a 1 month prior notification in case when it will be necessary to go through the conversion of a token into real world assets. And it means that after the passing through the KYC, for this owner who will go through the KYC, it will be necessary to accept a tax advantage or tax regulations as well. So please, when you going to upon the decision to test or to make this conversion, be sure that taxation that you may receive is not heavy for this transaction. But nevertheless, all these things are obligatory. I need to comment here a couple of things. We have in common in the world two different systems of RVA token generation and circulation. One system, it's a US-based system and applicable for assets and clients, US-based only. And this system provides automatic conversion inclusively. But this system excludes possibility to be an owner of real-world assets without identification of the user, because otherwise it's not possible to organize an automatic conversion. In all other territories, in EU, in Arabic countries, commodities could be a subject of real-world asset-backed tokens, and they consider it as the commodity. So from the legal point of view, RVA token, it's a contract for the future commodity supply that requires from the side of the producer of this commodity to provide with relevant scope of the commodity according to this contract. One token equal to one kilowatt per hour. So everything is simple. Let's go to the next slide. So real energy, real assets, real value. This is the way how the solar power meets tokenized ownership and the future become investable. I have to say that this presentation and this project super easy to understand it. 1 kilowatt equal to 1 kilowatt. And it means that every next token that we will have issued by these smart contracts within this project, it's tokens that completely covered by the existing kilowatt, existing in, let's say, in legal field and not necessary in physical, because we're talking about kilowatt per hour. It means that we start from the scope of January and ends by the scope of the last month of this 120 months time period. It means 10 years. We previously commented a lot of times that it will be tokens that covered by commodities in circulation, because I think all of you do understand that when you are working with the real solar power plant, it's never-ending process. Solar power plant always generates some scope of electricity. This electricity always is a subject of sale and purchase by wholesale market or any other buyers. And whenever we have tokens that are in circulation and pledged by this electricity, it doesn't mean that the first hour of the first day of the 1st January equal to one existing token. And as soon as this first kilowatt sold in the first hour of January, then this token already not pledged by the relevant amount of kilowatt. No, of course, because it's always tokens in circulation. 1 kilowatt hour spent, another kilowatt hour produced, and so on. And that's why it is necessary to have 1 month prior notification from the side of the owner of this token if they want to make a conversion into real electricity, because it's, first of all, requires legal actions like passing through the procedure of KYC, jumping into relevant contracts if it's necessary, solving the questions if this holder of tokens want to use this electricity or to receive in the money form. And this is a basis. Last words from my side about Kilowatt as the way of increase utility of BitTON token. Kilowatt will be a part of WhatsApp project long-term motivation. And this is logical development of the gaming story in WhatsApp. Kilowatt is a subject of ICO in 2026, and BTN holders will have privilege in purchasing of the kilowatts. And Kilowatt is the way how to organize maintaining of electricity supply for our blockchain. I'm talking about BitTON.AI blockchain. And we start with this concept just in time. Almost last days of a seed stage of BitTON.AI project, almost last day of the 2025. And I think that this cooperation will be legendary. So, thank you very much for your attention. Pavel, microphone is yours.
I wanted to step in already because, Ivan, first of all, I will speak now as a owner of this first project that is going to be connected to this significant idea. But before that, I just want to say thank you, to Ivan for this wonderful presentation, because nobody can make such a kind of presentation better than him, because he speak from the side of all of his experience like an international lawyer and person who know exactly to the point of the law everything according to real world asset, connection with the digital ecosystem, and everything. That's why it was so important from his side and from his experience to make the first presentations today to you. But I want to say something like from different perspective at the moment, because I cannot hide my excitement, because this what's happening today, it's something significant. It is significant because Ivan just mentioned it's the correct time. It's not the correct time only. It's the first time that somebody doing this. And for me, it's like a dream come true, because we start speaking about this technology and this even option, in our world that we're living today before 2 years. Even the full solar panel plant wasn't ready at that time. Everything was just an idea which we spent long time to check, to research from the legal point of view, from local regulation point of view, from European regulation point of view, from international law point of view. Because when you have some idea which can be established in the blockchain world, it's one thing. But when you want, to connect the digital world with the offline world that we exist at the moment, it's a big thing. And that was what we were doing in these 2 years. Lots of legal advisor companies, lots of processes that we needed to pass through, and we did it. And we did it accordingly to our roadmap, to the last day, because we know with which efforts and with what kind of energy is connected this. And probably I'm the most, how to say, excited person in the room, because I understand what we have done. And now I will try in a more understandable language just to say to you what our partner and leader and friend of mine in the first place, Ivan, just explained in the technical and a lawyer point of view and point of communication. What we did today, these pictures and this smart contract, which my partner just present, it's a small fraction from this picture that you saw, and the whole capacity, even of the first solar panel plant that we have now. But that's the most important part. 330 kilowatts per installed power per year. It's one small, let's say, fraction of this picture that you're seeing at the moment. But it's the most important one, because this is a proof of concept. This is a proof of the whole narrative that we explaining already 9 months in this project, and we're preparing 2 years. Because this capacity of almost 42,000 almost 43,000 kilowatts per month, it's just the first example, the first smart contract that everybody can participate in. When these tokens are finished, immediately every month we can initiate new smart contract with new supply and with new backup power to this smart contract, because that's the main idea. The main idea is not only me, like a green energy producer with 20 megawatts here, not 330 kilowatts, but 20 megawatts here, to be the one and only who going to back up this token. Everybody in the world with this breakthrough technology can participate with real world asset to back this token. Doesn't matter which is which is wind production of electricity, sun production of electricity, or water plants. Or other sources of green electricity easily with their capacity. Doesn't matter on which point of the world they are. With this technology and what we're presenting today, they can start to backing this token and to initiate smart contracts and to do what? With simple words, we change the world of electricity today, my friends, because now it's possible with a couple of clicks, if you live in Switzerland, to buy token Kilowatt, and you immediately become a part. Doesn't matter for 1 year or 10 years, you become a part of the electricity sector. With couple of clicks, you're starting to produce energy. With couple of clicks, you become partner and owner of installed real-world power, green power on the ground. And it's your choice, to hold it for 1 year, this token, to trade it in our future pools, or, to keep it even for 10 years. It's depend on you, because every single token who going to be initiated, it's going to be backed with real world power. And that is, in a simple language, it's perpetuum mobile. For the first time, such a kind of technology, it's presented today. That's why I'm so excited. And we have 50 people here, 51 people. But I'm pretty sure that this noise and this legend is going to spread very fast into the world. Because what is in front of us is a huge electricity demand. The fundamental analysis in the future, it's saying like this: the demand of electricity grows significantly. The places and the green electricity production delaying against the demand of the electricity every single year. So the price of electricity is going to go higher and higher and higher. And you to have technology and chance throughout the blockchain power and the blockchain world, you to become a part easily in such a kind of business that producing this, it's a big thing. Another big thing is that you can transfer this value because of the blockchain and because of this technology that we just presented it. And the beautiness is that it's real. We are regulated by MiCA. MiCA is the European organ which is responsible for every kind of online marketing activities and online products and services. So we speak today about this presentation for something which is from the real world, and it's completely real. It's not just a digital, it's not just a smart contract, it's the first connection between the online and offline world in this sector. And let me tell you something. There is no producer in the electricity in the world that's gonna say no to the demand from the online world. Because when the online world wants to invest or to own tokens who are backed with real electricity production, means that they buying this electricity production in advance. 1 year in advance, minimum. 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. There is no producer of electricity which not willing to sell their production, their product in advance. On the same side, when you're buying in advance, you negotiate always the best price, which is less than the market price. So the online investors definitely they will have better chances to generate higher return of invest and revenue on a yearly basis from these green electricity productions than the owners of the parks and or the other facilities itself. Because when you sell something on a big extent, a big amount in the beginning of the year, of course, you sell this for the better prices. And this is attractive, not only for the regular users with cryptocurrencies that they want to convert to some secure asset, like Kilowatt token, but also for big investors from different sides of the world that they want to hire such a kind of facilities for 10 years, for many years, and to fix price. The distribution of the electricity in the world become different today. We only can improve and to upgrade this technology in the future, but we are the first one. That's why I said that's the perfect timing, Ivan, my friend, because we're the first one. Nobody else have this. Nobody else even present this. We have a blue ocean. We have a clean market. And the most important thing, this is the utility of BitTON.AI project, BitTON.AI blockchain, because all of this, the WhatsApp game, first tap to earn game, which is backed with real world asset behind me, by the way. Coin Kilowatt, which is solving a real world problem itself. It's a completely different project, but all of this, it's going to bring value to one token and one token only, BTN native token. And that's just the beginning, because this is the utility which coming from our side. But so much more utility it's going to come to this token, because our future blockchain, it's going to be smart chain. And on this smart chain, everybody can add value and develop different products and services. And all of this is going to pump the next Bitcoin, but smart Bitcoin, BitTON and BTN native token. That's from my side today. I hope I simplify and explain to you what just happened today and what's the potential and the power of token Kilowatt. And I'm so happy because I'm the first owner of this legal entity, which provide all of the future electricity production to the utility of our BTN token. Thank you that you're the first people who was here and to share this moment with us, because for us, it's a significant moment, especially for me, because that was my dream. And that's the first step of my dream comes true. So with these last words, I wanted to open the Q&A session, because today is a special day. I want to clarify and to answer from my side, from the legal point of view side, in the face of my partner, to each and everybody. Question, clarification, whatever. Please feel free, family, to ask us everything.
We have one question in the chat. With 90% of the community currently risk-taken and supply projected to grow significantly, we are building a large pool of future unlocks. Can the team share the current liquidity pool, LP growth metrics, especially how will you ensure the USDT ton depth keeps pace with the 21 million supply so that the token remains liquid for everyone? Oh, it's a beautiful question and completely in line with the things that we just announced. We did it, this disclosure of the information from the very beginning of our materials placement. And when we talk about the utility nature of this project with the collaboration that we have, it's exactly about the building a long-term demand and the system in which the token will go up in the price, provides with a good price performance. The presence of a big number of tokens in staking, it's a really good driver that helps in the end. It's always good when you have a combination between the internal logical system that provides people with the effective way how to make a tidying of the tokens, not to have too much tokens in circulation, and external valuable utility directions, which is what Stop came and Kilowatt as the way how this utility nature may be increased. Based on this, the depth of USDT to BTN became completely effective from the price performance point of view. But of course, we need more activity from the side of sellers and buyers. So that's completely exactly the presentation that we are doing right now.
Ivan,
Right.
Ivan,
Yeah.
let me, again, you're perfect in explanation, but I want to simplify again this thing. Many people were asking me very close to this question in the last week. And they said, what's happening with this risk-taking and with this reinvesting, they said, which is not reinvestment, it's a redeposit against allocation. And they said, what's going to happen with the pressure? What kind of pressure? Let me explain to you how this sounds to our language. When the hash power, the hash rate in the Bitcoin mining goes up, nobody have doubts and concerns because this is something good. When the hash rate goes up, more tokens are produced every minute with Bitcoin, every 10 minutes. For us, it's a completely different story. The only way how we can allocate tokens for the smart contracts is when somebody have staking against allocation. Every single restake, it's perfect because more tokens is going to go out in circulation. When all the tokens go out in circulation, as sooner the better, because they will all be in circulation. Most of them, they're going to be used to be established validators. The rest of the tokens, with all of this utility that we're adding to this token, it's going to be so huge demand that the price of the token with this initial supply, I don't want to give here forecasts or prognosis, but it's going to be very interesting price. This is what I can say. So every next staking make us stronger because more tokens go out in circulation and more tokens is going to be used. And we're more decentralized with every single staking. So this is on the simple language. This not create a pressure. This create a better distribution of an allocation of our token. And that's great because we have only 21 million of supply. The sooner, the better to circulate and to distribute all of the tokens.
All right. And our second question in the chat was about the timing when the game will start. It seems like in our previous presentations and workshops, we did discuss this, but I will repeat it here. Right now, we have successfully started work of our focus group from the side of the community, and it works quite fast. We have sorry, not this, but next month in 2 days, will be next month, January, previous plan for the common worldwide start of this game. We want to include into this game start as much design power as it possible. And we have even good updates in our team. One of the best game visual effect designer that will create a really good solution for that. For us, it was necessary to have a Kilowatt token already started to synchronize all this logic, and we will be just in time before, like everything that we are doing before the event in Thailand. So game will start in the end of January, beginning of February, but I will repeat one more time, everything which is related with the usage of BTN as the payment tool, as the utility direction, will start earlier. And it's we're talking about the week, and I think 10 days maximum. So that's the answer on the question. Let me check if we have others.
Ivan, can you answer to this question into the chat, because it's close to TON network, and I don't want to speak about TON network. So
now that you're talking about this question, now that the token is not recognized by TON Keeper wallet, how is all this you are talking about on said 135 days? What does it mean? It's not recognized by TON Keeper wallet. We have a lot of users that use TON Keeper. We never saw such type of the question in support. It's probably something with the settings of your specific case, Mr. Shadrach. Yeah, it's something really new for us. We work on a TON since day one, and TON Keeper was one of the first understandable wallet that we used. So I think it's a rare case. Everything will be possible to be explained in support. So please ask support in Java chat, and you will receive the results of investigation. All right. What else? So increased demand above offering by staking in contract. Natasha Ross, by staking in contract generates more tokens out of the contract. How long will staking for allocation stay active for? 6 months, 1 year? Great, Natasha. First of all, let me say again to you, I wish you good holidays. You one of the main driver of our community. We are appreciated for all your efforts. And one of the interesting moment that users normally not pay attention to. All the seed stage, we try to explain that staking that you have as an offer from the side of the project, it's an allocation option. And under the end of the seed stage, and even now, the amount of tokens that sends back by the users via OTC deals, some sales that they doing even on different chains, go back to the ecosystem, and secondary usage of these tokens not creates any obstacles for the purposes to provide new stakings. And when the amount of tokens will be smaller and smaller every next million of direct placement of the tokens, the price on the token will go up. And therefore, we will never have a deficit of tokens for the purposes to make stakings. So please do not forget that it is an allocation option on the level of a seed stage, but when it will start foundation stage, the usage of tokens on the secondary market will be more and more active. So that's not a problem at all. So the answer on your question, it's not 6 months, it's not 1 year, it's all the time. we don't have any time limits in this case. It's completely possible to do. Okay, what else? I will try to pay attention to new questions. Earlier on, you made mention about the launching own blockchain wallet when it's common on because it's fixed, make things easy. Oh yeah, Isaac, thank you very much for this question. You can't even imagine how you are close to the our biggest dream and our biggest expectation. Of course, after the start of our own blockchain and our own wallet, 100% of the things that related to external influence that sometimes even not or to command will disappear. And we're working really hard on under the opening of the own wallet. But you're completely right. It's like with the chicken and egg task. What need to be first? First need to be an egg. So we need to create a blockchain. And right next, after the creation of the blockchain, our first basic infrastructural solutions, a wallet, aggregators, screeners, etc., they will start work. So our the wallet will be one of the most flexible and the most fast and secure. So everything will be much, much easier. I'm completely agree with you. Okay. Okay. The question about is there a possibility that the withdrawal for Ton will come back because many members are asking to take a profit from BTN to Ton because we can't swap our BTN to USDT. First of all, Henry, thank you very much for your question. And guys, I think taking into account the time, and it will be one of the last questions that will be provided the answer. The possibility to make a swap of BTN to USDT exists right now. We comment this question a lot of times before. We will repeat it as the comment today one more time. First and the main target of the BitTON.AI project on a seed stage is to make a distribution of a BTN token. Because maybe if right now it's not visible, but in quite short period of time, the logical launch and development of partnership programs. I'm talking about the collaboration with the WhatsApp and Kilowatt, establishing of a blockchain and quite fast increasing of the validators army will create situation in which we will receive a huge demand on tokens from the side of different users. And I'm talking about newcomers. And in this sensitive moment of the project development, it is critically important to have all the things that protect from the break of the native tokens liquidity. Therefore, it is important to have as much tokens in circulation on the seed stage. This is natural target of any seed stage. We need to put this seed into land to receive our harvest, to collect our harvest in the future. So don't worry about this. You will have not only possibility to make a swap on BTNs on USDT and Ton, you will have a possibility to make swap of BTNs on BTC, Ethereum, and all other the most popular tokens on the market. And I can tell you even more. In quite short period of time, they all will call this in the opposite way. It will be not a possibility to convert BTN on something. They will all looking for a possibility to convert something on BTN. They will spend BTC to have to become a BTN owner or Ethereum to become a BTN owner. So that's need to be in the focus. People who are holders of BTNs now are really lucky, and they will have a huge capitalization in the future. And this is a quite short period of time to have it. All right.
Anna, if Anna, I want to add something to this.
Please.
We did not only today something for the first time. We did also before 9 months something for the first time. We did the best from the trust point of view, and the best from how to say um, let's call it that way. From trust and security point of view, we did the perfect and the best ICO, initial coin offering, because we gave in the first 9 months, according to our roadmap, options, different options for monetizations. And that wasn't even necessary. But we done this because we wanted our community to have confidence in our long-term plans. We didn't even had a cliff period. We didn't even have a vesting period that we supply, your initial tokens that you receive. So you should know that with this foundation and with this ICO that we have done, the future monetization of your BTNs, and if you speak here about profit, it's way more bigger than it's going to be today, or with this option that you mentioned. And this is for your understanding, because as I said, the horizon in front of us, it's multiple years and decades. It's not a couple of months. So consider this as a friendship advice from my side on a personal level.
All right, let's make answer on two more questions, and then it will be the end of the of our call, because it's these two questions will be the most logical in terms of our current conversation. First, it's a question from Natasha Ross about when the first contract in 2026 will be activated for Kilowatt. The first contract already activated, and it's this contract mentioned in this presentation. After our current call, we will send this presentation to all to everybody who want to receive this, and you will have a correct address of this Kilowatt. Anyway, whenever you ask support about this, you will have relevant address of this. We will provide next week, taking into account that we have New Year holidays. So next week at a Tuesday, we will have a workshop. Actually, it's really good that we have here so much our users. We will skip the meeting at Thursday and Friday because of New Year holidays. We will come back to our active work from Tuesday next week, from our first workshop, and it will be a presentation about the way how exactly it's possible to work with the Kilowatt, how it will be used in terms of the gaming logic of WhatsApp, what is the rules, and this is an answer of second part of the question, and next question that it will be, what is the rules will be for the accumulating of the Kilowatt tokens, clear period of Kilowatt tokens, and how it's possible to become a liquidity provider. Let me remind you that to become a liquidity provider, the critical amount of Kilowatt tokens need to be already purchased by future holders, and it will be special conditions. We already have these conditions. We just want to convert this into the relevant information that will be placed on a Kilowatt web page, and we want to connect all the necessary links between WhatsApp, BitTON.AI and Kilowatt platforms to have easy access from one platform to other, and to have for everyone a possibility to jump into Kilowatt and to become an owner of real world asset token. That's all from my side. Pavel, if you have something to add.
There is no something to add more. I believe that today we succeed to communicate everything, but the most important things, because we're writing history. So I really want to wish you all, with this presentation that we just had and with my wishes for the happy, facing the New Year Eve, and how to say, exciting 2026. That's my wishes for you. And of course, very, very, very healthy. Thank you all.
Thank you all. Thank you very much for your attention. See you next time at Tuesday next week. Wish you all Happy New Year, good celebration, and all the best in 2026. We will change this world in 2026. Thank you. Bye. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye.